Hello, church family. I miss you all and hope that you're all staying safe in the midst of everything that's going on out there these days. I just wanted to share a small word of encouragement today from the book of Isaiah. I've been really blessed reading through Isaiah lately, and a couple of verses in Isaiah chapter 40 caught my attention that I wanted to share with you all today. So starting at verse 27, I'm going to read through to verse 31. Why do you say, O Jacob, and speak, O Israel, my way is hidden from the Lord, and my right is disregarded by my God? Have you not known? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not faint or grow weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the faint, and to him who has no might he increases strength. Even youths shall faint and be weary, and young men shall fall exhausted. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Just going back to verse 27 where we started, I read this verse, and it's essentially Israel complaining and saying that their way or their situation or the path that they're on is hidden from the Lord, as though they feel that perhaps God has forgotten about them, that he doesn't see the situation that they're walking through at the current moment. And I was thinking how easy it is for us as believers, or for those who don't know the Lord, even to think that God doesn't see them, God doesn't care about them, or their particular situation in the midst of everything that's going on in the world right now. And I just want to encourage everybody who's listening to this that God cares about you as an individual so much. You are so precious in his sight, and he is God. He is creator of the heavens and the earth. There is nothing that escapes his notice or escapes his sight. He sees you. He sees your deepest fears and worries in this season that we're walking through. He knows your particular situation, whether you're putting yourself at risk every day through your job, working on the front lines, or whether you're staying at home as we're supposed to be doing, and maybe just struggling being, at home for extra hours, or being around family more. God sees and he knows your particular situation, and he cares about you so much, and he is with you in this. Let's not think for even a moment that God has forgotten us, or that perhaps he just doesn't care enough about what our individual situations look like right now. He is the creator of the heavens and the earth. There is no one like him. He is in control. He is still sovereign. And I love verses 28 and 29 because they really remind us of this, that God is so mighty. He is so powerful. Just his wisdom is incomparable to us. I think that a lot of us ask questions in a season like this about, why is something like this happening to us, and why do we have to walk through this, and even maybe how can God work everything together for good in this situation. But we know from Romans 8:28 that God promises that he works all things together for our good. Even the most senseless of things, the most hurtful and painful of things, he works together for our good. And we can know and we can trust that in all of this, he has greater purposes and greater plans. And we might not see it yet, but he does. And we just need to keep trusting and hoping in him. And I know that we'll get to the other side of this. And then looking back, we'll be able to see what he was doing and what he was working in each of us and in each of our hearts through all of this. Then just looking at verses 29 to 31, these are verses that we know so well, that we quote so often in moments where we need strength, where we need additional encouragement. I think of just that we're a couple of weeks in now to this COVID-19 pandemic. I think at the start of something like this, it's easier than once you get a couple of weeks in, and we're really at that point now where many of us are crying out to the Lord and asking for his strength, new strength to sustain us. I think we have a choice at this point, not of how to handle the situation. We know that we don't have any control over what's going on with COVID right now, but we do have the choice of whether we're going to call out to the Lord or not and ask for him to just give us a fresh measure of his strength. I'm so grateful that we have the opportunity to do that. In our own strength, we can try to, have a positive attitude and can try to make the best of a situation. But in the end of the day, it's the things of the Lord and the strength that comes from Him that will last. Even just earlier in chapter 40, God speaks about things like the grass and the flowers, and He compares those things that fade and perish to the things of the flesh that we try to accomplish in our own strength without the Lord. And then He compares it to His word, which actually stands and lasts forever. It never fails. So just in this season, we want to call out to the Lord and we want to ask for the things that are from Him. We want to ask for the strength that comes from Him, because that's the strength that's not going to fade or perish. That's the strength that is going to last and endure and see us through to the end of all of this. It's just my prayer right now that if there's things in our lives that should not be there, sin, things hiding in our life, things lurking in our hearts that are just not of the Lord, that God would just use this season to just strip those things away, and that the things of the Lord would remain, that those things would last. Anyway, I hope this has been encouraging to all of you today. Chapter 40 is such a wonderful chapter. I'd encourage you, if you have time, just to go through and read the rest of it. God bless you all, miss you all, hope that we can be together soon, and hope that this word was an encouragement to you today. Bye for now.